Captain America, Brave New World. Just got out of the theater. Just finished watching the latest Marvel movie. And this is going to be a spoiler-free review. Man, what a disappointment. What a disappointment. I really enjoy Anthony Mackie as an actor. I really enjoy him as Sam Wilson. But what they did to Sam Wilson in this movie, it kind of baffles me. They turned him into a super soldier without turning him into a super soldier. The things that they allowed this character to do and the punishment they allowed him to go through, Steve Rogers wouldn't be able to walk away from some of this stuff as easily. The gunfights that he survives, the fist fights that he survives, the stabbings that he survives, it's mind-numbingly dumb. It almost made me think that they were going to have some big reveal at the end that never came. Like maybe he did take the superhero serum or the super soldier serum in the past, but he just didn't want anybody to know, and maybe that was going to be a reveal that we got. But oh man, no. And not even the battles that he survives in the suit. They do a thing about explaining some of the functionality of the suit that I was able to accept. But then some of the fights that he survives and the things that he goes through without the suit, no, it didn't work for me. Harrison Ford as Thaddeus Ross. I love Harrison Ford. I grew up with Harrison Ford, but it just felt like he was kind of phoning it in a little bit at times. But I did enjoy, for the most part, I did enjoy him as Thaddeus Ross. The Falcon, the character of the Falcon, now they passed the mantle on to this new guy. Wasn't a huge fan of him. He came off as a arrogant douchebag. Didn't like that. An arrogant, disrespectful douchebag. I did not like that at all. I didn't like the chemistry between Sam Wilson and this new Falcon. They tried really hard to make it like this mentor, new guy, fun back and forth, but I don't know, it just came off as dull to me. There was a character that was introduced at the beginning of the film who was from the Disney Plus television series. I was hoping that this character would be more involved in the story than he was. He was kind of involved at the beginning, and it looked like it was going to be actually interesting, and then they totally sidelined this character. I was a little disappointed in that. The action scenes, I don't know, they seemed a little bit lazy and slow. It's stuff we've seen before, but it seemed like they slowed it down a little bit. And I understand it for the fact that the Falcon and Captain America now don't have superhero strength or speed, but sometimes they kind of portrayed like they did have superhuman speed and superhuman strength. It was really inconsistent. The Red Hulk, maybe I saw too much of him in the trailer. Maybe I saw too much of him in all the advertising. He just, I don't know. It didn't come off as anything special to me. The fight between him and the Falcon Captain America had moments that were extremely interesting, but then they would kill any kind of momentum they had with Sam doing a superhuman move. There's one point during the fight where Red Hulk grabs a flagpole and is swinging it and going to take out a group of soldiers who are firing on him. And the Falcon, I keep calling him the Falcon. He's not the Falcon anymore. It's Captain America. Captain America jumps in front of it, grabs it, stops it from swinging with both of his hands, and then they try to justify the ability for him to stop it by him using his his jetpack. And I'm thinking, okay, if this was the Red Hulk swinging it at Steve Rogers, maybe. But you are a regular human. Sam is a regular human being. He would crush your arms. I'm sorry. There was so many moments like that where it didn't make sense for this human character to do these superhuman things. And I'm constantly back and forth like, okay, that was cool. Okay, that wouldn't be able to work. He's just a guy. This movie is full of inconsistencies. So I have to talk about the special effects. The special effects looked so cheap at one point during one of the battles with Falcon and Captain America going against jets that it looked almost PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 quality. And then there were moments where there's two characters just talking back and forth, and it looks like they couldn't get the two actors together at the same time, so they just filmed one and then filmed the other, comped it over a background, and it looks terrible. And it took me out. It took me out of the moment a couple of times. I went with it with my daughter. I went to see this with my daughter, and a couple of times I leaned over to her and I was like, that looks like crap. And I get it. You're on a time crunch. The special effects are just like the rest of this movie, very inconsistent. The movie to me had potential. I was actually interested in what they were trying to tell me at the beginning of this movie. But about 15, 20 minutes into it, I lost interest. Instead of trying to show me things, they were telling me things. And that's never good. There were moments of dialogue between two characters that felt like, well, let's tell it what it is. There was a ton of rewrites for this. And this is what it felt like. It felt like they needed to go into and explain certain things. So they just put it in dialogue and had two people explain to us, the audience, through this dialogue. And it didn't work. It did not work. I walked out of Captain America, Brave New World before the end credits, or before the credit scene, the end credit scene, excuse me, because I didn't really care. I was bored. I didn't care how it ended. If I went to see this by myself, I would have got up and left an hour and 10 minutes in. So, can I recommend Captain America, Brave New World? Absolutely not. If you have Disney Plus and you are dying to watch it, just wait for it to come out on Disney Plus. Hell, it'll probably be there in the next 45 minutes. No, this felt like a direct to streaming movie to me. So, no, sorry. Can't recommend it, but maybe next time, Marvel. Maybe next time. I'm looking forward to the Thunderbolts. The more trailers I see of that, the more I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to Fantastic Four. So maybe Marvel can recapture their magic with one of these two. I hope so, because, man, Marvel, you haven't done a very good job the last couple of years.